Hello. I had muted my mic on Streamlabs, so my PNG tube has picked up my speaking, but the stream didn't. Why these annuals? Hello, Daph, Omen, Sansa, Itzy, Neppy. Welcome to the stream. The queue should be open for anyone who would like to join. Oh, thank you, Sansa. Thank you for the gifted sub. Congrats to Itzy for getting it. Yippee! What a great way to start off the stream. Omnum had nothing to do with that. Okay, that's suspicious. That is very suspicious. I was going to say, if anyone wants to do their priority oracle claims at the moment, before we start, then feel free to go ahead and we'll do those. No, it's not. I'm just letting you know that nom had nothing to do with that. Okay. Currently making oven cheese for lunch. What is oven cheese? Alright, let's see. So it's Duff and then 2 for Neppy. So is it the usual for you, Duff? Oh yes, the yummy picture. My usual appointment. You want my hands? My shuffling's not very smooth right now. It's cold over here, even though it's meant to not be cold weather because we're not in winter or autumn. We're in spring. Right, let's see again. You need the cold. I'll send it over because it's messing with my shuffling. Hello, Lei. Thank you for lurking. And thank you, Fufusama, for 50 bits. I appreciate it. Zanza, you finally learned how to draw. Okay, awesome. I mean, everyone starts somewhere when you learn how to draw. And it takes some time to get your style. Alright, let me look at this picture. Oh. That's like a interesting looking pastry. The oven cheese. Alright, let's get this pull for death. Okay. Acceptance. So it says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, please help me accept that everything is going in the right direction. And we have this really nice picture, really nice art of him on this card. Oh, cheese in a wooden thingy. I'm gonna look at the picture again. Oh. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's your card. And then we have Nepi's ones. Gotta read Sansa's messages. I have the style in my head, but I want to learn how to do realistic stuff first. I have no idea what this stream is about, by the way. I kind of saw you here and dropped in. Thought I'd say hi as it's been so long. Yes. Hello, Zanza. I stream every week at the same time-ish. I usually stream like an hour earlier, but since a bunch of daylight savings stuff happened in my country and then in the US, I decided I'd start a little bit later to see how that goes. And I think that it gets us a bit closer to our usual time that we did for most of the year. And yeah, I do like divination. So just tarot readings, oracle readings for people. And you can just hang out as well and just listen. Whatever you'd like to do. Right, Nepi, which deck did you want me to pull from for your angel one? And then I'll get the Hecate Oracle for the second one. A random one. Okay. Hello, Lightseeker 11. Welcome back. Okay. I guess you get free cards. So, we've got Potnia Feron, Lady of Wild Beasts, Nature, Boboroforba, Etor Filth, Cleansing, and also Asteria, Dreams. So, take that as you will, since those are the just oracle pulls without the extra. Oh, they're falling. Hey, Nico. Hello, Kyle, as well. I'll give you an Archangel Gabriel pull, Nepi. And then we'll get into the actual queue. Okay, that one flew. Alright, this card says creative expression. Divine creativity is expressed through your actions. Hello B, welcome back. Nice to see you again. Got a party going on in here. Alright. According to my list, Itzy is first. So Itzy, you can let me know what you'd like for your reading, deck preference, and everything. Your friends did a few tarot readings for you once, and you managed to get deaf multiple times. Well, doesn't mean you're gonna die, at least. Just means there's gonna be some change. Which I guess a lot of change has happened for you over the last few years. Alright, D&D Tarot. And then your inquiry. What Arachne wants from me going forward on our path together. Drinking from my Discord partner cup today. Only moved about 7 times in the last few years. SMH, no changes at all. Oh yeah, that's the usual. The usual. This was ages ago. They sent me when I got it, when I got a partner. But it was like one of those things that I didn't really pay attention to because it was just a cup and I was like a 17-year-old. So I was like, oh yeah, a cup. That's cool. I was more into the hoodie, which I don't know what that is at this time. Alright, what does Arachne want from Itzy going forward on their path together? Okay, 3 cards. Status symbol Q, flaunt your power. You know, someone recently texted me, he was like, I'll pay you 5 figures if you give me your account because you have the partner symbol on there and it gives credibility. And I said, no, you cannot buy my account. Yeah, it was very, very legitimate business person. Alright, Itzy. You have the 4 of Wisdom. The 10 of Charisma. And also the Page of Intelligence. Very legitimate business person that arrived during an insert astrological event here. Interesting. It all comes from different suits. The 4 of Wisdom is kind of like it's like the meditation card. So it's one of the meditation cards. There's a few of them. I think it's kind of funny when people ask about like what to do with their deities and then they go meditate, because that's what we always hear. They always tell us to meditate. But I feel like there's more to it as well, because it didn't like come up with... There's a few other cards such as like Temperance and Ace of Strength that come up around meditation. So I feel like it's that, but with another layer. And we see in the background of this tree, it might not pick up well in the camera because of the camera, but there's bookshelves, like along here, bookshelves. And, you know, he is kind of like the stereotypical like wizard sort of guy. Like maybe he's a gnome of some sort, but he has like glasses, that really cool beard. And so it makes me think about not just meditating, but learning more about what that can achieve and going beyond just like sitting there and waiting for something to happen. Not sure if you like get so involved with like stuff like astral or like other forms of like application when it comes to being in a meditative state, or being able to pick up information. Yeah. Like the page of intelligence, when it came up to me, it was like, it made me think about divination, but not just divination, because intelligence is associated with communication, and the page is associated with like a new beginning and starting a new journey, being a student of something. And so it was this idea of like a student of divination, a student of like learning something new, to a new way to communicate. I think it's more for you than other people. Sometimes it happens on accident or in my dreams. Yeah, because one of the things I thought about with this was like the home. Like for some reason it was telling me... Yeah, telling me home. Could you give your queue spot to Nico? Like stay in the queue, but you do a reading for them instead of me? Okay, sure. That's fine. Also, I read your comment, Sansa. It's just Calais Day and yourself wearing a large trench coat. Fifi, you say, I don't think I have ever met my guides/deities through meditation. I saw them mostly on dreams or between asleep and awake state. Ah. Yeah, as far as I know, I've never experienced my gods through dreams. So that's one of my like fun facts. You're moving home and lots of life changes. Yeah, because with the Ten of Charisma, I'm kind of jumping around, but they kind of connect all to each other. Ten of Charisma was this idea of like establishing a home, making a home or homemaking. So I think there's also that idea behind doing what's good for you and making sure you're comfortable, provided for, and like have good foundations in the material before you are able to dive more into the non-material. It doesn't mean wait until you are completely moved in and settled before you even look at this stuff. It's more so don't forget about it or don't neglect it just because you're looking into other stuff, right? Back to what I was saying about the internal versus external. I think this study of the astral and learning how to engage with that in terms of interacting with deities such as Arachne and otherwise is a suggestion not for you to develop to use for other people, but for yourself to further your pathway and learn more about how to gain information and learn information about yourself or what your deities might be telling you. So that's what it's looking like for you, to what to focus on. You are welcome. Thank you for trusting me with that inquiry. And good luck with all the move and yeah, any studies you get into. Alright, we've got Neppy. Yippee! Who wants to tell me something / talk and pick whatever deck they want? Oh wow, that's so different from what you usually do. Alright, so let's have a think. It's always okay, Neppy. Don't worry. Alright, we're going to do one with Hecate. And we'll do her Ethereal Visions Tarot. Also, it's Daepnon. What is everyone getting up to for Daepnon? Any plans? Any cool things? That's okay. Even just like thinking of her during Daepnon is good enough, I think. And like slap a invocation with some epithets at the front and a ending at the end, and say whatever in the middle, and that's a prayer basically. Obviously not like in a reckless way, but oh, and ask me anything claim. What would you like to ask me, Sansa? And yes, Nico's doing a presentation night in 11 hours, I think. Oh, this is nice. Alright, you got 3 cards from Hecate Neppy. And they're really nice cards too. Oh, well, okay, this one's not nice, but it's context. 8 of Swords. Put your question in the chat as well, Sansa. Death. 12 Cups. 12 Cups is nice. And Death isn't bad. You hold on to this for another time at any moment. You will need to answer any question that Zanza desires. Oh no. Ultimate power. Backwards. Where are the cards going? What are they doing? That's correct. The queue is open. It just has a 5-slot limit, so it doesn't get flooded. So if a slot is open, you can join until I close the queue. Alright, so Neppy, I think for you this is talking about maybe even the feeling behind your nothing, unfortunately, when it comes to what you're doing for Daepanon. Because it's the reminder of that, well, basically the reminder that you don't have to do like huge things all the time to be in her good books. And she wants to assure you that any feelings of being lesser or not doing enough or feeling like she's like not pleased with something you're doing, that's more of the Eight of Swords energy rather than her genuinely being upset about something. Death here indicates that you're very likely going through some changes at the moment or a period of, release and renewal. It's the end of November, end of year stuff as well. There's a lot of stuff going on, things wrapping up, things, moving around, readjusting before December and the new year comes along. Priorities in place that make it more difficult to engage in something like spirituality and religion if it's not like already a huge part of your life. And so it seems here that she is acknowledging and wants you to, like, it's acknowledging so then you can be assured of it more, like, having someone else say it to you, especially a goddess in your practice. Yeah, indicating that she understands the changes that are happening in your life and how you may think about certain things and be worried about them, but rather than them being things that she's worried about, it's things that are just like what you're concerned about, which is like, it's fine to be concerned about them, just she doesn't want you to like overly worry about things. Two of Cups is a really cute card because it's always an affirmation of a relationship or a pairing or dynamic or a connection. And so it's kind of like we're still friends vibes. Like, I don't hate you. We are still connected. We're still good. Yeah, and it's just like, it's the relationship card. It's like a very positive card to get. Don't be too careful. Ask the question at any point during any game or anything. Possibilities are endless. Okay. Thank you for coming in, Zanza, and leaving some fun messages. And hopefully you have a good day. Time zones. Yeah, thanks for joining. Great. Bye, Senzo. Also, another thing with the Two of Cups card is you can do like very small things for Daepanon as well, just to like, you don't need to do like really big things. You can share a cup of tea with her. Like, you can pour like a cup of tea for her and then spill the tea out like outside on the ground, because it's water and leaves. So like, it's, as they say in Avatar, it's hot leaf juice. So you can just pour it into the ground as long as you didn't put anything in there that's like not good for nature. But hopefully it is good for nature if you're drinking it. So yeah, you can share a cup of tea, pour a separate glass, a separate cup. So then, being cautious if she's in like chthonic aspects. But even then, you might want to be respectful and just pour a different cup. But yeah, that's the image I got as well from this one. Something like sharing water or sharing tea can work very well. But that's your reassurance from her today, and how she wants you to be more gentle with yourself and not so hard on yourself. Hello, Shoot for the Sun. I like your username. Also thinking back to the other ones, you got nature, so probably going out in nature as a devotional act. You also got cleansing. So yeah, any sort of like purification and cleansing is also good for Daeponon. And the last one was dreams, I think. Asteria dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. That's like a mini interpretation of the other cards. You're welcome, Neppy. Thank you for requesting a reading. Right. Omen's turn. You've been having so many dreams recently. Oh, cool. Have you been keeping a journal? If you need any tips about dreams, you can ask Nico, who is presenting on dream interpretation in the sanctuary. So if anyone wants to tune in for an introduction to dream interpretation, that's now happening in just under 11 hours in the Sanctuary of the Crossroads. If you're not already in there, you can do the Discord command and join in. Alright. You've had to end a really important friendship this week for my own well-being. For your own well-being, and it's just been a really rough last 2 weeks. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. You have a dream journal but never use it. Ah. Hey, measuring cup. Alright. Comfort reading. If I'm a bit quieter today, it's because it's cold, for one, but also I had an evening shower. I like to shower in the mornings because it helps me wake up. It's like a recent thing, but I had an evening shower, which makes my body more eepy. A long-term issue, and the other person wasn't a fan of me standing up for myself or setting boundaries. Oh, that's not good. You got 4 cards. Hot baths in the evening with lavender bubble bath. Oh, that would be so eepy sleepy. Yes, hot showers are nice. I think these are really cute. We have the Three of Wisdom. This is the Three of Cups in Rider-Waite. And you may know it as the Friendship card, which is, I guess, a little on the nose for a reading like this. But definitely a reassurance that you don't run out of people just because you have to end certain friendships that don't work out for you. And there are always more people to connect with, and especially in a way that is well, the word cohesive came up, which doesn't make sense, but it's like you are aligned with them, just like, you know, these ladies here. They're doing like this sort of dance ritual together, and you see the circle, and it's like very much in unison, the sense of completion, sense of wholeness. And so he wants to reassure you that you do have other people around you, and there are more people to make friends with. and they will be more aligned with your interests, what you like to talk about. It won't feel like, you're always being pushed back on things. And yeah, as you said about standing up for yourself and setting boundaries, these people will have a better understanding of that, more emotional maturity around that, more... It's sort of like experience in a way, like they'll find it important for themselves as well as other people. So that's a good sign, I feel like. Very nice, that was the first card that came out. Queen of Charisma has very similar vibes. We see here a bunch of adventurers sitting together at a table having a meal. And I think that is just very, very sweet. So once again, the idea of people that you feel at home with, people who you are who provide, to you things that you need, maybe emotional support, maybe their wisdom. Perhaps they're just really good company, no matter what you're doing. But this is a reassurance that you are very capable of creating that homey feeling around yourself, and that, I suppose if you needed a reminder, people do like being around you. People enjoy it, and they don't do it because they expect anything of you. They don't do it because they think that you're going to give them something or give them a benefit. It's just because, people are out there who just like to spend time together and have those moments and have a chat over some food. The Hierophant. So, this card is interesting. I'm getting like key to another world. The Hierophant's also related to institutions. So perhaps if you're like starting something new that you've signed up for, not sure if you have. But if you've signed up for anything recently that may have like other people involved at some sort of like organization, could be temporary, could be like something that's long term, but it's like key to another world. This idea that by opening more, like because you're taking the steps to open more doors for yourself, you're going to come across more people. You're not, you haven't just like hit a dead end. You're starting to take more notes and supposed to look into finding a local pagan group. Oh, well maybe that will be good. Pagan group kind of makes sense because we see like the Hierophant here. She's kind of doing this cool like meditation pose, and like there's this like concept of like of this thing. I don't know what it is. It's like the light coming out of the lantern. And it reminds you of like wisdom, and the birds do as well. And so I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of like magical element to it, but definitely seems like that you'll be unlocking some more doors and exploring new worlds in order to find more people. And I'm glad it helps to hear. Alright, Page of Intelligence once again has come up. In this case, I think it is an affirmation about your boundaries and communication. Page of Swords, Page of Communication, Page of Air. So the idea that you are taking steps in the right direction, basically affirming that you did the right thing, for standing up for yourself, for setting boundaries, and understanding that it was time to go if they were not respecting that. It's not an easy journey. And it's not like you've come to like the end of the journey. You've overcome this hurdle, and he's really proud of that and really happy that you have done that. And he also is saying like this is the beginning of like more of this, like not like in a scary way, like you're gonna have to find more people, like you're gonna have to find more boundaries to place on people, you're gonna have to like leave more friendships. It's not like that, but more so this is something that is valuable to know and learn and how to apply. But you don't have to like necessarily apply the same thing in every situation with every person. Not every person you speak to will require you to set certain boundaries, but yeah, it's a great affirmation that you're heading in the right direction regarding that and that you did the right thing. You're welcome. Everything's gonna be cool, it seems like. Very upfront about like, friendship and stuff. I like the vibes. All right. He's pretty direct a lot of times. Oh, that's good. I think that helps a lot. And communicating with someone who, is quite important. Confirmation reading about your third spiritual mum. I was thinking about Guan Yin, but no. Do you mean like who would you like me to confirm? That's my question. Tamara. Let me look up Tamara. Need confirmation about who is the third mum. Alright. Well, I can't do an identification reading for you to identify who it is because I don't like doing identifications. I don't think I'm very good at them. So if you want me to do a confirmation reading regarding Tamara, I can. I just don't know which pantheon she's from or what culture she's from, if you could indicate for me. A spirit. Alright, so I got the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. So I'm getting the impression of no with Tamara. The Knight of Wands gives the sort of energy of like, it's also orange, so that's matching. Maybe her way of saying this is like her coming through, but Knight of Wands feels like you're on the right track, keep going. Though the Seven of Cups indicates that maybe sort of overwhelming yourself with different choices or ideas, or even the need to confirm your third one at the moment. but definitely the impression of like too many options or looking in too many places. The Eight of Cups is about, I guess in a sentence, walking away from disappointment or taking a new path. The Cups are very emotional cards, so they do acknowledge that it's something that is very meaningful to you in the heart to find out about this. Though it doesn't seem like Tamara is the one you're looking for at this time. Is divination something, I don't know if I asked this last time, but is divination something you do for yourself as well? Is doing some reading for yourself an option for figuring things out a little bit? You're welcome. Yeah, you could learn more about like inquiring about things, like you don't necessarily need to get into identification right away, because there's a lot more to identification than just pulling a single card, or even like pulling a series of cards if you don't know how to interpret them. That's why I don't really touch on it, because I feel like even with what I know, it would be very broad for me. So but you could still like ask questions that help guide you towards certain answers. Yep, didn't mean to click that. Alright, it says death, but it's actually Nico's turn. The signs mostly come from around the daily life activities. Oh, thank you for 45 bits. Yes, you can. You're welcome. Thank you for joining in again, Fufu. I wish you luck on your search as well. Oh, that's all good. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm going to use 2 decks for this. I feel like he wants both. Also, your order in my shop is still on my mind. But I might end up doing that one next week. Also at work, maybe delayed response. Oh, no worries. As long as you can listen in, then that's okay. Getting an affirmative on these cards. Alright, your oracle cards. Generosity, Helioid. Also Helios, but you know. MTG. And D&D realm things, but yeah, this is a really cool depiction actually. Generosity, knowledge, Thassa, and breaking free, Xenagos, in which Dionysus loves to throw out this card. Also, very initiatory vibes, especially since we have the Hierophant. Initiatory and positive, affirmative. 6 of Strength, Procession, Roses. Also positive. And Justice. We have a soldier on the card. Soldiers usually, you know, serve someone who is of a higher status. So implication of a sort of like service. Also the card Justice always, for me, associates with the idea of, I always say, like leveling up on your pathway. It's associated with the imagery of the rapture. So like a divine or spiritual uplift, or there's another word. It's not awakening. It's like it's like uplift, but a different word is coming. Is on the tip of my tongue. Ascension doesn't seem right. But it's kind of like if you imagine a skyscraper. And Justice is the concept of moving up on the skyscraper. And as it's like if the skyscraper symbolized like the higher you are, the more like knowledgeable you are and closer to like the top. Whereas the bottom's like the ground floor. So it's like, yeah, like it's kind of like a typical capitalistic skyscraper where the boss is at the top and the not bosses. The people who work for the bosses at the bottom. Long-winded way of saying leveling up spiritually is always my association with Justice. Often my association. Can't say always. Yes, it does sound like a fun reading, especially for a confirmation. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't even like do a ring for you. Oh, okay. I see. Never mind. Thank you so much, Daph. That makes sense. I appreciate your support. Heart. Yippee! Yippee! Anyway, that was the end of your reading, Nico. Knowledge, generosity, as Daph said, it's essentially his signifier in the deck, Xenagos. Also, Justice, 6 of Strength, and the Hierophant. Initiatory, procession-y, service, spiritual uplift vibes. So all very positive towards what you are thinking. Wahoo! Just gonna quickly do this MTG Oracle pull priority for death. And do know Nico's working. So wait for that. Haniel moment as well. Get a kitchen Haniel. Where do I want to put her? You know, it'd be funny if I like took the background away, just put it on my head. Put her on my head. Now I have a cat on my head.
She got this new thing. Now every evening I'm taking pictures of her cruising down the pavement.
You got 2 because 2 came out as I was finishing. We have Memories, Hythonia the Cruel, so this really cool snake lady, and we also have Conflict, Mogus. So this what's the creature? I don't know the exact name, but it's this bull guy. You are welcome. Hydrate time. I've hydrated from my cup. Cup. Everyone else can hydrate too. If you don't have water next to you, you should get some water. Because water is good for you. Yeah, sure. I'll look out for Nico's message if they want to pop one into the chat. And then for now we can move to B. And then if I need to clarify anything for Nico, I'll just do that. Oh, we got a co-sponsor in our stream. Oh, hello Sybil222. I like your name. Sybil. Do you happen to be a Sybil? Or is that just a name that you use? I'm just going to lock the queue for now, just in case I get to EP later. What is Dionysus trying to awaken in you right now? And or what part of yourself are you still keeping caged that wants to be freed? Yep, I get you. I want to also pull a card for you from a different deck. I'll pull from this one and then one from another one.
Get out of my path of destruction. Can't believe the damage I put you through. Realizing what I took for granted.
So this is an interesting deck I got that I have not put on my Ko-fi deck list yet, but I recently used it for a... Oh, don't want to shuffle that one in. I recently used it in another reading for Dionysus. It was a shop reading or a reading commission, and it worked really well. So I feel like it'd be a good idea to draw one. I have been divining and communicating a lot with Dionysus recently. Like, even outside the streams, he's been coming up. Alright, let's see this card for you. Oh, I didn't even realize it came out. It just came out so smoothly. That's funny. Patience. Oh, you can't really see it because it's so bright on the screen. Okay. It says patience, but it's really hard to see. Winter feels like his season. If only it was winter over here, in the southern hemisphere, where it is spring. He's trying to awaken patience in you. I said it as a joke, but we'll see what cards come up. I don't know. Might be saying patience even more. We got the Hermit. We also have... Ow. Bit my tongue. 9 of Charisma. The Empress. Okay. He really wants you to take care of yourself. Because seeing the Hermit, the 9 of Charisma, which is the 9 of Pentacles, and the Empress together, these are like all the self-care cards. Like, as a combination, especially, it's just like you need to pamper yourself and take care of yourself now. Like, both the 9 of Pentacles and the Empress are huge, like, pamper yourself vibes. Okay. I think lot of thoughts. Let me try sort the thoughts. I need to let them be like spoken before I can put them together. Okay. The sentiment is that it isn't your job at the moment to know what he's trying to do or what part of yourself like needs to be freed or wants to be freed. Taking steps towards self-care, discussing about temporarily moving to a hybrid schedule at work while you get your meds. Yep, that's what good self-care is about. Self-care isn't meant to be aesthetic. It's meant to be practical. No, your reception! I can summarize it to you after. Because I kind of remember it. But you can also watch it back when I upload the VOD. Well, I think you should be able to, like, just watch it after the stream. But yeah, he was saying, like, it's not your job to know that right now. Like, It's something that you can inquire about at a later time, and it's not like you can never know about it, but just at the moment, he actually wants. It's not just like, I'm not going to tell you, just do your own thing and take care of yourself right now. So it's not like, no, I'm not giving you anything, no, I'm not doing anything. It's more like, the better you do at ensuring that you as a person, as someone with a body, with a mind, with like life things, ensuring that you are in a receptive position essentially for change. So it's like the understanding that it's not like he's saying, nah, there's nothing. It's more so by working on the things that are indicated here and having that patience, you will come to realize and come to receive what it is that he is working on awakening in you. Because this is very, very well may be part of it. I keep having voice cracks, but very well may be part of the process. Ups and downs. Hey, Sizer. How are you doing? Well, I was saying like it'd be funny if I like cropped out the background and put her on my head, and then I just decided it'd be funny if I just left it there. Left her there. I don't want to call her it. That's silly. Yeah, that's your reading, B. Hopefully it gives you a bit of insight into what's happening. Yes, perfect use of Hanyul moment. Thank you. I'm glad that it was wonderful. Another meeting. Oh no. I'm gonna let you in, Sizer. Okay, try again. It's fine. You go again. Okay, I lock it again. You have a meeting every Thursday at 9 a.m. Ah, okay. I closed it. It's okay. Don't panic. Don't set the alarms off. She gets special authorization as my childhood friend. That's how it be. Nico, if you're still here, do you want me to do a summary of your reading quickly, or do you want to just wait till after? And while I ask that, Luca, you can let me know what you'd like for your reading. Oh no, paperwork. Okay, no worries. Well, feel free to let me know what your thoughts are based on the reading. Because it's a cool thing you asked about, so I am curious, but also you are entitled to not tell me, so yeah. You're welcome, B. Thank you for coming again. Have a good meeting, and I will have a good hongshu. Thanks for coming, Daph. Have a good sleep. See you at the presentation. astrological event of indecisiveness has struck me. No. Okay, deity will and the general message, any deck. Okay. Okay. Thoughts. My brain is braining. Was Melanoe on your deity wheel? Sometimes I forget exact details. There are a few deity wheels. Yes, okay. Reading with her. And she does get the privilege of using Hekate's deck. I was just claiming a reading from No Name in a divination event since they said they were still available, so I was like, oh, perhaps I will claim one. You're debating on waking up for the presentation. It's at 1 a.m. for me. I really want to be there, but I was going to wake up early tomorrow. Oh, tough. This is a hard situation to be in. You also got Asteria. Alright, from Melanoe Luca. Asteria Dreams. Pharmakeia Knowledge. And Medea Magic. So they're pretty broad domains. I guess the easy question to ask is, have there been any significant dreams recently where you've been wondering about what's going on, or if you've known it's from her? And also if you've been doing much with her in general for your practice. As these cards really come across as sort of like a it's like an invitation for a more significant part in your practice, or like a request for, because invitation's kind of not quite right. I guess it still makes sense because it's like she's inviting you to include her more in things because of how broad knowledge and magic is. It definitely seems like this wider idea of including her in what you are doing and learning more about her, and even getting into some whatever your craft is, so magic, witchcraft. Maybe she wants to use dreams as a way of communicating. is there any reason why like you haven't included her much, or is it just because you haven't really had the chance? Because I do feel like this is an good opportunity to look into a little bit. You've been slacking recently. Uni is kicking my butt. Oh, that's so real. I understand. She's also coming across with this idea of like, I don't do like dream work and stuff, but like the concept of setting an intention before you sleep to like receive something through dreams. So like dream oracle. There are different like methods involved with that, but yeah, perhaps. Because you know what's funny? When you're dreaming and sleeping, it means you don't have to do uni. And that's optimal time to be engaging with deities. There you go. Not staying up in bed till 4 a.m. though. So yeah, I think this might be something for you to think about and consider. She seems pretty open to being involved more and to have you learn a bit more in relation to her domains and what she would like you to know. You're welcome. And yeah, I get that. It's, you know, for me, for the longest time, I only had like one or two deities I focused on in my practice. For a long time, it was Hermes. For some time, it was Poseidon and Aphrodite. You know, further along my timeline, it was Hecate as my focus, with the others a bit more in the background. And this year, a lot of that has changed. So, and I started my master's degree this year too. So it's kind of, I get you. I understand. And for those who are not in Australia, my uni year started in February and ended this week. So that's a bit of context for my timeline in having studies at the same time. I empathize is the point. Alright, measuring cup. Let me know what you'd like a reading on. Balancing uni and moving out of my apartment. Wow, a lot of people are moving. Got a lot packed last night. Well done. Good job for packing a lot of stuff. And I hope the moving goes okay because I don't like moving. It's a lot of work and I don't like being in that transition because I just like being in a place. You've kind of made a career pivot recently. If maybe I could get some clarity on that because this path was nowhere near my mind until this month. Also, if you want to bring any archangels in on this, because I always have to get angels involved. No worries, Omen. Thank you so much for popping in and have a good day. Yes, because if it's 1 a.m. in 10 hours, then it'd be daytime. This moving has been easy, ironically, because I'm preparing to move to my old uni. Oh! We read about that last time. So that means everything like worked out right to go to your old uni, go back to your old school. Day, it's 3 p.m. Aha. That's amazing. Aha, the reading was right. It is a good choice. Well, I hope so. You haven't really like gone there, but at least it worked out. Alright, we're bringing in the angels. The first thing that's come to mind to tell you is that I've had a very similar experience regarding career pivots and how it's like kind of come out of nowhere, but also works. And I feel like, well, I'd like to say that it's a very similar situation for you where even though it feels unusual or strange because it's happened like quickly or like in a recent thing, that it possibly aligns a bit more with what you want to do, what is a good use of your time and skills and energy. Aside from a recent career pivot, have you, like, leading up to that career pivot, were you looking for other jobs already, like within the field you were in? Doesn't like not meaning like not a different career pivot, more like were you looking at your options already, or maybe experiencing some existing obstacles? Existing obstacles? That's not right. Like, were you experiencing obstacles previously prior to the career pivot? It came out of nowhere and I got an interview a week after I applied compared to my previous industry where I was getting radio silence. Okay. I'm very much getting the impression that you're meant to hear that it is the right way and that just because it was recent doesn't mean it's a bad thing. King of Pentacles. That is a very affirming card in terms of career. Death makes sense. And 10 of... Okay. Wow. Money, money. You got the 10 of Pentacles as your first card. This is the Honorable God, Manadel. Inner and outer work. Helps one keep their job. Protects against disasters. Well, isn't that right in your face? In the best way. King of Pentacles, the Gentle God. Obedience causes harmony and peace, calms anger in anyone. And you got Death. Endings and rebirth influences health and longevity. I don't know if it's so much clarity as much as it is huge confirmation that this is the right way to go. You'll find financial abundance, work abundance. You're experiencing an ending and a renewal. It's not just like really random. It's, part of the cycle. And is very much for your own good, for your health and longevity. But yeah, I did experience something very similar earlier this year. The reason why I'm doing my master's degree is because I had a career pivot and I had been applying for jobs and trying to, Prophet Kitty, trying to get a better role within the organization I was already in. So I was working part-time, was trying to get a raise and also go full-time, wasn't getting it, applying for jobs, not hearing back at all, not getting any interviews. And noticing that I was only applying for jobs I knew I'd be really good at because of my skill set, but not because I enjoyed the work I was putting into it. Like, I didn't feel like there was a purpose to it. She has to jump on your head to make your avatar accurate. If she jumped on my head, I would be very surprised. And then suddenly, I was guided towards studies again. And it wasn't just like the first course I saw I applied for. There were like a couple things I looked at because I always knew that I was going to do a master's degree because I care about, like, I think it's really cool to have a master's degree and like I'm very academic in that way. And there have been like at least like 4 options I've considered before I did my current one. And like I was there like begging my gods for like something. I was like, I want to like do something. I want to leave. I want to move on. And I was asking for something. And then the answer was going back to school and and getting a certain qualification so I could become a counselor. So my background's in public relations, and I'm very good at administration, very good at being an assistant. I'd make a hell of a good executive assistant. I'm a good secretary. I can do events, but it wasn't the place I was meant to be, or it's not the place I'm meant to be for my wider career path. So now I'm going to be qualified by the end of next year. I'm glad it is very affirming, and I'm glad that I can share my experience because, yeah, I 100% understand where you're at, and you're going to do fine. You're going to be good. The door that has opened from getting an interview is going to open more doors, even if not at a specific place or the specific place, at least telling you where you want to be, where you respond positively. Your skills are good in your field, but not really where I'm meant to be. Yeah, exactly. And I'm a huge advocate for transferable skills. I love the idea that we can gain experience and skills, even from part-time jobs, even from volunteering, even from projects we do for ourselves, and apply it to a job. That's one of the things I love. We'll just ping Sybil222 so then they can let me know what they like for their reading. Law. Pivoting towards law. How recent was that pivot? That's cool. Gonna be a lawyer. Right, Kitty, come on. Kitty, don't whine. A general one. Do you have a certain deity you'd like a reading with, or do you really want just completely general? Pretty recent, but it's been on my mind for a while. Oh, wow. Congratulations for, thinking a bit more about your goals and where you want to be. Alright, I'm just going to quickly let the cat out of the room because she's being a bit funny, and then I'll come back for Sybil's reading. Okay, entirely general. Let's see. Oh, awesome. Well, have a good night, and hopefully see you there. Alright, let's see. General reading, we use the D&D Tarot. Page of Wisdom, Queen of Charisma, and the Sun. Have you recently met anyone where you're wondering, okay, let me start from the start. Have you recently met anyone that you have connected with, that you feel a strong connection with, but you're unsure? Like, you're kind of skeptical. Is this person like genuine? Is this like, am I picking up on things correctly? Are these, can I trust the good feelings? Could be like friends as well. Doesn't have to be romantically. I don't focus a lot on romance. Only ask because the Page of Wisdom is associated with the Page of Cups, which cups can be associated with like emotions and relationships. Page of Cups in particular is also related to like expecting the unexpected, or I'd even say like not being afraid to make an emotional investment into something because you never know what might come up from it, or you may not necessarily know all the details of what might happen just because you can assume what might happen out of making an emotional investment into something. We also have the Queen of Charisma, which is the very company based card again, like having people around you, having a meal together at home. And the Sun is just like the card of positivity. And so it's something about like a positive connection, relationship, or person who's around you. Could also be someone in your family because of the Queen of Charisma card. I'm not sure exactly what it's trying to say other than identifying someone. You got the Sun in your phone. Oh, that's cute. That's nice. King of Charisma and Queen of Charisma. You got a pair. Do you have a kid? You don't have to tell me, but maybe it's related to a kid. Maybe even a son. Nope. Interesting. Oh, that's cute. A dog and a cat. Could also just be about your relationship. King of Charisma and the Queen of Charisma as a pair. The Sun and the Page of Cups, a reminder of not letting things get stagnant, letting things come up if they come up, taking challenges on as they come, not assuming the worst of each other, not falling into like patterns that you aren't happy with. So sort of like doing little things that can sort of veer you away from the expected path in a good way. Yeah, I'm not getting the most open read on this. So going back to my first point, if you do end up coming across anyone anytime soon, wondering if there's someone you can trust or not, because it could be a future thing as well, you can trust your instincts and go with what you feel. Rather than, like the Five of Pentacles, rather than focusing on weaknesses or like the potential for being deceived, if you have worries about that, it will probably turn out. That's what I can tell you for today, because it doesn't seem like things are coming up very straightforwardly or openly. Yeah, I think it's really good. Like the first four cards are just purely like good relationship, positivity, new emotions, expecting the unexpected. Like that's all really positive stuff. So like, yeah, your reading is just good. It's just saying like it's good. It sounds like things are good between you and your partner as well. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. Can be a bit of a hit or miss when we go really general because it could be anything. But yeah, a lot of good cards. Yes, your turn, Sizer. You're going to be the last reading of the stream. Another general reading? What? And you'll let me choose a deck? Where's the initiative, Sizer? It's okay. Haven't had any questions to ask. Yeah. I guess that happens. Alright, I'm gonna use this deck. This is the Angels for the Modern Mystic deck. And it'll sort of be at the lens of like, what are some things you might need to give a little more focus or a little more attention in your life. Because I think that's the best question to ask this deck in particular. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So you got the Angel of Peace, but also the Angel of Endings, and then the Angel of Evolution. So that's a pretty cool sequence. The Angel of Peace is all about, because there's text at the back, Angel of Peace. All about being present in the moment, about, looking for things that make you feel good rather than focusing on all the things that make you feel bad. Letting yourself just stop and sit sometimes without like any distractions. So like no books, nothing you're reading, no devices for a few minutes. Even just like focusing on like 1 minute in your day, just like sitting down by yourself without any music on, without any like videos, and just breathing. And yeah, letting that be part of your day because it could make a big change. All right, and the Angel of Endings. Oh, sorry, Kitty's meowing at the door. Let me let her in. Does you sitting in your chair closing your eyes because you're falling asleep but not wanting to sleep count? No, it does not count. You need to be intentionally wanting to disconnect from things and just having that moment. Not resting your eyes because you don't want to sleep yet. Alright. So the Angel of Endings is about things that, you need to release or say goodbye to, or, things that are coming to an end without thinking that it's just about loss or sadness or regret. And it tends to signify like, cards around endings such as death and like cards that literally talk about endings is not about. It's more about realizing that something is coming soon and putting into context that sometimes when we are experiencing like transitions, it's not because we did something wrong. It's not because we're kind of like misaligned, but more so that we are gaining an opportunity to actually align ourselves more to what we want to focus on. Sometimes this can also include like people, beliefs, things that you're used to doing, like changing. And those changes can be really daunting as well because you're familiar with it and it's like part of who you are. But, we're always growing and we're always gaining new understandings of ourselves. And we end with the Angel of Evolution. Who do you want to be? Because we're always growing, as the other cards have implied. We're always moving in life. Sometimes we need to take a moment. Sometimes we need to realize that things move on, even when it feels difficult. And so now it's time to ask yourself if, you're making choices or doing things that really align with where you want to see yourself, or if you're kind of just doing things because it's what you're used to. So you can kind of reflect on the present, learn from the past, and also look at what you're aiming for in the future. Those are your cards, and that's your reading. Yes. You are welcome. Thanks for coming into the stream. I guess since I've started full time now, that's a change. That's true. There's a lot of structure involved in that, a lot of time for work. So, yeah, it's something new and something that changes your lifestyle. You got to see how everything around it changes too. The kitty has blessed you. Hello, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Yeah, puff kitty. Alright, well that brings us to the end of our queue. And it is time for me to sleepy sleep. Because I do have work tomorrow. And I do have a meeting in the morning. So probably it would be best for me to make sure I am awake for that. Thank you, Lay. Have a good day. And Siza, have a good night. I don't know if you're when you're sleeping, but or if like you already slept and you've woken up. Have good time. Ooh, okay. Cool. Good night. Thanks everyone. Catch you next time.